Very good morning. Good morning to you all. The YouTube students, the students sitting at the Zoom, our application, Shri Gosalites application, all three of you, happy Sri Ram Navami. Ram Navami, happy Sri Ram Navami. Happy Sri Ram Navami to everyone. So luckily the name is same here. What we used to do wish there, same name we are using here also, that is Shri Ram Navami. So we seek lot of blessings to us, to the students, because they are doing really lot of hard work. To the outgoing students who are writing the NEET this year, I really sometimes pity by seeing them, such hard work they do. And all of us, blessings all around. Once again. Okay, I hope I am audible to everyone. I am visible, so obviously I am visible, but I am also audible to everyone. Well, yesterday we discussed about the neural tissue. I think you like that topic, neural tissue, right? The neurons. And did I tell you that in the neural tissue in the brain spinal cord, more than 50% of the volume is not by the neurons, and they are by the which cell? Can you tell me the name of the cell? What did I say first? And then if you know the name, it's fine. What did I say? Yes, supporting cells. Very good. More than 50% volume is of the supporting cells. Supporting cells, yes. And earlier they used to think that they are actually doing the work of glue. Gluing together, gluing together, adhering, attikuvadam, adhering together. In Hindi we can say कि ये neurons को चिपका के रखते हैं आपस में. That was the idea earlier scientists had. And therefore they used to call them glial. The word glial came from glue. The glue, which is the adhesive glue. We used to call them glial cells. What they call? Glial cells. Okay. So please remember. And one of the example of the glial cell, yesterday we have seen the one which surround the axon. You remember? The one which surround the axon. Yes, what is that cell? Okay, you are writing the spelling, so I can tell you it is G-L-I-A-L, glial. G-L-I-A-L, glial cell. Yes, one of them is Schwann cell. Very good. One of them is Schwann cell. Schwann cell. Me school name, question mark. Pedakota. AP to kuda 25 ne result anukunta. Okay. Okay. I understand, yaar. You also don't get any chance to, many of you don't get a chance to talk to your friends and discuss about your problems and about your life. So you require some medium. Sometimes this medium is not totally conducive to all the type of feelings because there are police walas coming. So we are the police walas, we are watching this. So try to refrain from it. Okay. Well, okay, bachcho. So please understand that the neuron has two parts. What are the two parts of the neuron? Come on, tell me. The two parts of the neuron. One is the cell body, the cyton, and the other, the longest process called axon. The cyton, the axon. The cyton has got lot of dendrites. The dendrites are part of the cyton. Another name of cyton, it is also called soma. Cyton also called soma. And axon also called fiber. Now don't get confused with the fiber, muscle fiber. Anyone who remember what is muscle fiber? If someone say muscle fiber, then what your sensors told you, what your brain told you, what is, yes, cell. Very good, Prananti. Very good. When muscle fiber, that it means muscle cell. And when we say nerve fiber, neuron fiber, we are actually meaning to, yes, cell. And here we are meaning to the axon. The axon is the nerve fiber. Soma, cyton, dendrites are part of that. And also remember that the Nissl granules. Now, can I say that Nissl granules are present in both? Nissl granules in cyton, dendrites, and axon all are only on the left hand side and not on the right hand side. Come on. Only on the left hand side and not on the right hand side? Yes, only on the left hand side. Good. Absent in the axon. So in this part you have got the Nissl granules. Please remember, Nissl granules. Nissl granules, they are present. They are present plus NT, the short form we can write. It means present. And the other side, Nissl granules are not present. And the nerve impulse or the electric current. Yes, you are right. The very fine electric current runs in these cells. Very fine electric current. You know, these wires, we have got very high electric current. It is so high that if you touch it, it will really hurt you. But in these cells also, there is a very mild electric current flowing, and all the messaging is through the current. The medium through which the neuron or the nerve cells, they communicate with each other is with the help of the current only. When I say that some current is moving, that means it is moving along the axons, along the neurons, and then going to individual muscles. Individual muscles. And you see the board, you see me, okay, you see your computer screen, right? So image is forming on your retina, and from your retina of your eye, a message is generated in the form of electric current, and that message is moving to your brain. And in the brain, it is the place of the brain where the message goes, and the place identifies, okay, these type of color pattern, and this is a movement of the image and all that identifies a part of the brain, a part of the cerebral cortex at the rear end actually. Therefore, I'm putting my hand up back at the rear end. At the posterior end, the cerebral cortex is having the area which can interpret the signal coming from the retina, and it give us idea. Us means me. I am. I. Not Telugu wala me, it is English wala me, right? So it is giving me the indication, or I come to know because of the cerebral cortex. So now do you notice that there are two types of signals? One type is moving towards the brain and one is moving away from the brain. Means which one is away from the brain? You are writing or you are typing. Now if you want to type my name or your name, right, that means first the thing come to your mind, and from your mind, from your brain, accordingly the signals are generated and they will come along your spinal cord to your brachial plexuses, and then through your arms and fingers, the signals are going to your fingers. You're also seeing the screen. Some who are very much expert in typing, they don't see the keyboard. But most of us are not that expert in typing. Even I'm not that expert. So we need to see the keyboard, right? And according to the keys, according to the name, we are pressing the keys, right? And when the pressing of the key will type a certain name, some sequence of letters on the screen, and someone read that, he understand, yes, so your name is Mokshagna, your name is Lakshya, your name is pranati, etc. Right? So that's how the signal are going from your brain to the muscles. So one direction is from the brain, outside the brain to the muscles, and one direction is from the receptors to the brain. So in fact, the signals are being moving in two basic directions. One is towards the brain and one is away from the brain. In general, I can say towards the central nervous system, because brain, spinal cord, both, they constitute your central nervous system. Central, kendriya tantrika tantra, kendriya tantrika tantra, central nervous system. What is that? Central nervous system. So one is towards CNS, central nervous system, and one is away from the CNS, right? So there are two type of directions. The signals are moving in two directions. And you know that the direction in a neuron can only move from, this is the direction of nerve impulse. Direction of nerve impulse. Cell body to axon. Cell body to axon. The direction is always fixed. It can never be axon to cell body. It is always cell body to axon. This is the direction of nerve impulse. Now, so it is clear that the same axon is not doing both the works. The same axon is not doing both the works, isn't it? Means one is taking the signal from the CNS to the muscles, and one is taking from the receptors to the central nervous system. And you know that both the direction is not possible in a single neuron. Can I say that in our body we have two basic type of neurons? One is taking the signal away from the cell body, away from the CNS, and one type of neurons are carrying the signal from the receptors towards the CNS. So I can divide my neurons in my body into two types. One is which is going CNS to muscles, and the one which is going receptors to the CNS. So in my body, in our body, the neurons can be basically divided into two types, isn't it? Clear? Easy? One type is from the CNS to the muscles, and one is any receptors to the CNS. Clear? Understood? Clear? Now the one that is going outside or away from the CNS to the muscles, and they help in the movement of the muscle, these type of fibers or neurons, they can be called as motor neurons. Motor because of the movement. And the one which is carrying from the receptors to the CNS, they are carrying the sensations. We can call it as sensory neurons. Sensory neurons. So neurons can be of two types. On the basis of the direction of the nerve impulse. Right? So the basis of this classification is the direction Direction of nerve impulse. Nerve impulse. One is from the CNS to the muscle, and one is from the receptors to the CNS. Is this point clear to you? Is this point clear to everyone? AI champion HP laptop is requesting meeting summary with AI comparison. Companion, sorry. AI companion. Better we don't support any such protocol. So please do not, because it is a class now. If it is a one-to-one, then certainly we can allow. Here, though, we cannot allow. Matlab, the system will not support that. Even if I want, then also I cannot do. So please cancel your request. Okay? Watermelon is requesting watermelon. Wow, what a name. Puchukaya. Watermelon. Okay. Okay, bachcho, you understand this point? Now, we have motor neurons or sensory neurons. My dear children, the motor neurons can be called as efferent neurons. They can also be called as efferent, and the sensory can also be called as afferent. Efferent, exit from the CNS. Efferent, exit. E for efferent, E for exit. Exit, out, exit. Afferent, A. Go and add A. So the other one is afferent. Afferent. The motor neurons can be called as efferent neurons, and the sensory neurons can be called as afferent neurons. Now, this is a very important concept, a very, very important concept. So, CNS to muscle, which one is this? This is motor or efferent. Very good. Receptors to CNS, what is this? Sensory or afferent. Sensory or afferent. Motor or efferent, sensory or afferent. Okay, done. Very good. Can I have it once again? Very good. Let me check this. Have you seen it? Everyone? Now, CNS to the muscles. Receptors, like the receptors in the eyes, the receptors in the nose, the receptors on the tongue, the receptors on the skin, the receptors inside the ears. For all the receptors taking the signal to the CNS for your interpretation, and then you understand and interpret. And the muscles, the movement. Okay, bachcho. Now, please tell me, what is this one? This is A or efferent. Is it A wala afferent or E wala efferent? Tell me. A or E? Very good. This is A or E, and this is efferent. And obviously the other one is afferent. Very good. Now, this is done. Exit hone wala efferent hota hai. Now tell me, which of them is motor? E or A? Which of them is motor and which of them is sensory? E wala is motor. Which one is motor first? Tell me. Motor. Very good. E wala is motor. Isi ko bolenge अपन motor. A wala is sensory. Motor, sensory. The one that is responsible for movement is motor. Away from the CNS, motor. And the one which is carrying it from the receptor to the CNS, taking the sensations, the signal of the sensations, they are called afferent. Can I ask this once again? Okay, tell me. Sensory and motor. What is sensory also known as? We are doing the type of neurons on the basis of direction of the nerve impulse. Sensory or motor? Yes, sensory. A or E? Sensory. A. Very good. Sensory is afferent and the other one, motor, is efferent. Motor is efferent. Very, very good. Very good. I thought that I will be requiring some tricks to tell you. Well, even you picked up, but still, I'll tell you the trick. The trick to remember this is, it's not a very, this is same. The trick to remember is same. Yes, you have heard it right. It is SAME, same. Same to same. Now you understand. S for sensory, A for afferent, M for motor, E for efferent. Sensory is afferent, and motor is efferent. Very good. Sensory is afferent, A. Sensory is afferent, and the motor is efferent. The motor is efferent. The motor is efferent. Same. Sensory is afferent, motor is efferent. Will you remember this ever? It should be on your tips. It should not that after some time you need not to take the help of this trick also. It should go into your mind. It should get dissolved in the mind, just like NaCl dissolve in water, that you cannot even see it where it has gone. It should be totally mixed with your mind, with your understanding. The basic things about the neurology, the neurons, the nervous system, the type of neurons on the basis of what they are doing, whether they are carrying the signal, where they are carrying the signal, away from the CNS or towards the CNS. The sensory one is towards the CNS. The sensory one is towards the CNS, central nervous system, and the motor one is away from the CNS. Is it clear to everyone? I think it is clear to everyone. Very good. Clear. Good. You know that sometimes the axon can be very long. It can be, but not always. At max, we have a meter long. Some axons are about a meter long, but some axons are about few millimeters only. So how do they able to carry the signal from distance receptor and take it to the CNS? Similarly, how do from any muscle, and how do the muscles are getting from the brain? My muscles of my toes, my fingers of my foot are called toes. I can move my toes at my own will, but the signals of them are coming from my brain. So, and whatever my height, plus I can add double, because it is having a tortuous task, not a straight one. So I need a very long one. So therefore, it is required that we should add up these neurons. They should be add up in a series. We can join these wires. We have couplers now, or simply we can just take the outer covering out and just tie the two metals together, and these electrical wires are connected. But yes, we should be, we should really physically connect them. They should be physically in contact. Then only electrical wires work. Clear? But to connect the two neurons, do you require a physical connect? Suppose you have to make a very long nerve. Okay? So, and the signals have to be taken to this end. Here is a muscle. The muscle is lying here. This is a muscle. And this is the brain. From brain to muscles, we don't have a single one which can carry it to such a long one. So we require some additional neurons also. These additional neurons have to be connected. Even this is also not complete. This is also not enough. We need another one. We need another one. Okay. This is carrying to another one, and then finally we need another one which can take the signal from this one and take it to the very target, which is the muscle. We require another one which can take this to the target. Got it? So now on your screen, you can see that from the CNS, a signal is moving from the central nervous system, which is brain or maybe spinal cord, to the very target, which is a muscle, right? And to take this signal, we need 1, 2, 3, 4. In this diagram, there are 4. There can be 40, or sometimes there can be even 100. You understand? It depends upon which nerve is this and which muscle it is targeting, from where it is coming from the brain. So many other things are there. So we have around 639 muscles in the body. How many? 639. How many? 639. 639. These are the muscles in the body. I remembered 3, 6, and 9, and then I said 369, no, not possible. So I just put the 6 before 3, and the total number become 639. After a month, I will ask this number once again, and let me check how many of you can remember the total number of muscles in the body. 639. My dear bachon, 1, 2, 3, 4, and you can see that they are joined together in a particular fashion, that is axon to cell body to axon, then again axon terminal to another cell body, and then cell body to axon, and after that also the green one, axon terminal to the last one, orange one, that is the green one to the orange one. And so you can see how many junctions you are seeing here, the junctions between the two neurons. So you can see here 3 junctions between the two neurons. 1, 2, 3. How many junctions you are seeing? How many junctions? How many junctions? 1, 2, and 3. Total 3 junctions you are seeing. And these junctions between the two neurons, any idea what do you call them? Any idea? What do we call them? And the app guys already have written all of them have written the correct answer. I want at least 5 of my YouTube student. Devki, correct answer. Kanchana, correct answer. Priya, correct answer. Catherine, correct answer. And all of you know Ravi and Harshita, Graneshwar, Itachi, all have written the correct answer. Yes, you all are right. This is the junction is known as synapse or synapse. The junction can be called as a synapse. synapse. And you can see that they are not really physically in contact. They are not touching each other. The electrical wires, they have to be tied together in a way that there should always be a contact between the two metals. But here, this contact is not there. You don't see any contact. There is a gap between the two. There is a gap. There is a gap in between the two, and this gap is known as synaptic cleft. The gap between the two is called synaptic cleft. So what is the synaptic cleft? It is the gap. The gap can be called as synaptic cleft. So here also you can notice a synaptic cleft. Synaptic cleft. Cleft means a gap. Cleft means a gap. You can notice a gap here. Here also you can see synaptic cleft. Here also synaptic cleft. And this electric current can pass through the synaptic cleft. And how is possible? So there are some chemicals which are helping in this transmission. So the transmission of nerve impulse is with the help of some chemicals. The transmission of nerve impulse is done with the help of some chemicals. The chemicals are released from one end and they go and bind to the other end. The chemicals are released from the prior end and they go and bind to the post end. Chemicals, yes, we require some chemicals to do this work. Chemicals are released, I'll just color it where. So chemicals are actually responsible for carrying this end is releasing the chemical in the gap, and the chemical go and bind to the cell body of the other neuron. Similarly, here we are also requiring chemical. At this junction also, we require a chemical, and you know the chemicals are required for transmission of nerve impulse. Chemicals are required for transmission of nerve impulse, okay? So I can write here for transmission of nerve impulse, for transmission of nerve impulse, some chemicals are required. The transmission of nerve impulse, what we require? We require a chemical, okay? And the chemical can also be called as the neurotransmitter chemical. Neurotransmitter. I can write it at one place. The chemical which is helping in this work is called a neurotransmitter. Chemical is called a neurotransmitter. Now classically, this is working in such a high technology that we have developed a technology for transfer of the current now. Today we have got wireless chargers. Today, millions of years back, when God has made the human beings, in fact, even more than that, not only human beings, in all the animals which have the nervous system, which have these neurons, the neurons are interacting with each other with the help of the transmitter, the neurotransmitter chemical. So millions and millions of years back, the chemical type of technology has been evolved in the animal world. Today, we have got that technology where through the magnetic field, we can, pass on the current. We have got wireless chargers. But even before that, till some years back, we are all using the wired chargers. I remember last 10 years or so, wireless chargers became popular, and so now we have got wireless charging in almost all the mobile phones. Okay, the premium mobile phones today, they all have the wireless charging, and maybe tomorrow, maybe 5 years down the line, all the mobile phones, whether premium or semi-premium, all the smartphones, they can be charged by keeping it in one place where some magnetic field is helping in this charging. You understand? And long back, even without connecting the two, chemicals are carrying the signal and they are helping in transmission from one neuron to another neuron. Now, can you tell me, if you have to stop the transmission, suppose, bachon, suppose now this is a receptor. It can be a pain receptor. Signals are being carried and it is taking to your brain, to the CNS. Pain receptors are excited. They are excited. The signals are carried and you can feel the pain in your mind. Where the pain is felt actually in the mind. The pain can be felt. Pain. This can be called as a pain pathway. Remember, this is the afferent pathway, afferent. Remember, this is the afferent pathway as the CNS is on that side. This is afferent pathway. They all require some chemical. They all require some chemical. Some chemical is actually released, and this chemical is helping in carrying the signal ultimately to the brain, and the brain can feel the pain. The brain can feel the pain. Now suppose if some of you, suppose it is a particular type of pain and really it is causing a lot of agony in the mind. So scientists are working on it. Now scientists are saying that, sir, if we stop this transmission, the person pain can be relieved. We say yes, it can be relieved. Sir, can we give some medicine? Yes, we can give the medicine to stop the transmission. But then I will say, but there is a problem, and the problem is now this will stop not only this transmission, it can stop other transmission also. It can stop other afferent transmission. It can interfere with your vision. It can interfere with your hearing. It can interfere with your touch. Then what? Then pain can be relieved, but the person is of good of nothing that at that time the person cannot do anything. Yes, so that means now some scientists are working. Okay, sir, we understood that not every chemical which can inhibit these chemicals can be used as a painkiller. Okay, now if you identify which pathway is this, and accordingly, if you can target your drugs, your medicines to work only at these areas, if you are targeting, if you made a medicine which can only target that transmission, so that is the right painkiller medicine. So painkiller medicine are actually interfering, my dear bachcho. The painkiller medicine is actually interfering in this transmission. They are targeted. They can target a particular transmission only, because if they are generally given to counter this chemical is not only working here, this chemical is working at all the places, and all the places transmission can stop. So either any of this place, either from here to here or in between, or from that to the CNS, if somehow you can target your medicine, your medicine, your tablet, if you can target your tablet in such a way that it can inhibit any of the place, and so that can be a pain relieving tablet. So pain relieving tablet, a pain relieving A pain relieving medicine is actually inhibiting targeted areas. It is inhibiting targeted areas so that we won't feel the pain, and the problem after this we can have pain relief. Somewhat pain relief can be, we can have somewhat pain relief. As long as the medicine is working inside the body, the person will be free from the pain. But again, the moment the medicine effect is gone, again the pain can be felt. So you understand that how important is this transmission, and medical sciences, pharmaceutical sciences, and other biotechnology and various other technologies which are helping the medical sciences. If we can generate certain chemical or certain ways by which we can somehow counter, we can somehow stop the transmission, that is a pain, that is an action of a painkiller medicine, a painkiller tablet, analgesic tablet. Painkiller tablets can be called analgesic tablet. The pain is actually nothing but a nerve signal going to the brain and telling the brain that some problem has occurred in that area. Now, why the God has made our body in such a way, bacho, understand it or not, but pain is a necessary evil. If there is no pain, a person, man or human being or animal, will not even look at what has happened, and this can lead to a bigger disaster. It can lead to a bigger disaster. So our sensations, our all type of sensation, including the pain sensation, is a necessary evil. It is necessary. I know it is evil, but still the evil is necessary. But if it is going overhead, if it is really troubling, then medical sciences can help this person to at least temporarily, help his pain. Understood? Please confirm, bachcho, please confirm. Understood, sir. Does anesthesia also work like this? Yes. Same way. Anesthesia also works like this. Generally, you are talking about the local anesthesia. There are two types of anesthesia. One, general anesthesia. In general anesthesia, you cannot feel any pain, any pain. But there is a local anesthesia. For example, suppose a person has gone for a tooth extraction. We have to just take out the teeth, maybe some cavity or something. We have to remove the teeth, right? In that case, we will not make him totally, unconscious. Then small injections by which we can put those injections in the jaws, in the these gums, and those are not even felt. They are just like a insect bite, a mosquito bite. We will feel in the gums, and after that we don't feel anything. At least for 24 hours we don't feel anything. It can make us totally, and during that time he can work on the tooth. We will not feel anything. That is known as the local anesthesia. The local anesthesia, you thought it right. Local anesthesia works in this way. But a general anesthesia has a different ball game. A general anesthesia has a different ball game, bacho. Understood? Got it? Got it? Fine. I have a question here, and I just want to check how much you can able to think. I have a question here, and what was my question is? My question here is regarding this action of pain relief. Acha, just tell me, what is this painkiller medicine called? Some people are even writing the correct terminology. If at all you know the correct terminology, you just try it, then I will help you out. Just try. Try, beta, I can help you out. We are actually targeting the medicines. The medicines are targeting at these synapses because the pain is also a sort of a signal carried from some place to the brain. And therefore, these medicines have a temporary effect. Yes? Analgesic, someone has written correctly. The painkiller medicine. So, the medicines or the drugs or medicines used to treat used as painkillers are called analgesics. They are called analgesic. Algesia. Algesia means pain. Algesia means pain. An means absent. Absent. Analgesia. Algesia means pain. An means absent. Analgesia. Analgesia. Drugs or medicine. I have written medicine also because you have a different connotation about the word drug. You must be thinking drugs are drug, cocaine. No, actually every tablet given to every chemical given is called a drug. Every chemical used from outside can be called as a drug. So drug is a general word. It is not only used for morphine, heroin, cocaine. It is used for even your dolo, your crocin. That is also a drug, paracetamol. All these are drugs. These are drugs. My dear bacho, I think you have understood about the word synapses, right? You have understood about the afferent and efferent. You have understood that if we can target and inhibit certain type of synapses, then we can have the signal not going to the brain, and as a result of that, we can have analgesia. Analgesia means a situation when a person is free from pain. The pain-killing tablets or the painkillers are called analgesics. Analgesics. I hope these terms, don't think that they are hi-fi terms for you. You all are having that equipped mindset that you can understand. If someone can tell you in a proper way, you can understand these, and also you have the spellings written in front of you in so large font. You can copy them. Maybe in the beginning you may not be able to correctly pronounce it. Don't worry about that. Don't worry. Slowly and slowly, even the pronunciation also become appropriate. You know that Rome was not built in one day. Clear? I know that these words may not be asked in your school examination. I don't think so. Yes, in the NEET examination, in chemistry for everyday life, analgesic, analgesia, these terms are used. But even though if they are not even asked in the NEET examination in biology, so what? Unless we start appreciating the biological sciences, how come we understand the importance of biology? And if we are targeting to become a doctor, we should really appreciate the biology of the nature. How the nature has made the animals, how the nature has made. Achha, tell me, can the plants feel the pain? Can the plants feel the pain? Do the plants have neurons? Okay, as a biologist, not as a philosopher. In philosophy, everything feels pain. Even this marker can feel a pain, even the board can feel a pain, even the earth on which I am standing, it can also feel a pain. That is correct for in philosophy. I am talking about pure biological sciences. Can plants, just answer this question. Do plants have neurons? Do plants have neurons, bachcho? Plants don't have neurons. Yes, plants don't have neurons. So no neurons, no signal transmission, no afferent, no efferent, no neuron, no signal transmission, no afferent, no efferent. And therefore, with that analogy, I can just say I don't have, because no one is sure what is happening in nature. We are just saying that as per this knowledge, we can say plants do not feel pain. Why? Because plants do not have the neurons. Plants don't have the nervous system. But yes, people who are poets, people who are philosophers, they even talk to the plants and they keep the plants as their own kids. Even at my home, plants are not kept only for decoration. Plants are kept as family members. And really, the plants, it look like that the plants are feeling bad if we go away from the house, if we go away from Vijayawada for 10 days on holidays. The plants, some of them die and some of them, the luster is lost. But from the frame of biology, I can say that I do not know whether plants can feel the pain. Answer is no, because they don't have any such nervous system. So from that spectacle, I can say they don't have pain, but no doubt people can talk to plants. People keep the plants as family members. Okay, so that is a total different thing, and I am not saying anything to them, because in my own house, plants are kept as family members, and if they are being touched by love, they also, their luster comes, and you can feel the health. You can feel their health if they are given the right proper love as a family member. So please, in nature, everything has to be loved. My dear bachcho, lastly, I'll give you the types of neurons. The types of neurons on the basis of number of dendrites. On the basis of number of dendrites, the type of neurons on the basis of number of dendrites. On this basis, we can divide the neurons into three types. Neurons can be divided into three types. These can be called unipolar, they can be called as bipolar. Bi means two, uni means one, bi means two. Bipolar neurons. And third one, we have the multipolar neurons. Three types of neurons. This classification is on the basis of the number of dendrites. Number of dendrites alone. Unipolar. This one has one cell body with only one pole. A cell body and one axon. This is an axon. A cell body and an axon is a must for all the type. There is no neuron existing without an axon, without a cell body. The cell body and axon are very, very important. A cell body and axon are very, very important. This is one pole, this is another pole, but here only one pole is there. We can call it as unipolar. Now, if it has got one dendrite, and one axon. One axon, how many poles are there? 1, 2. Total how many poles? 2 poles. It is called bipolar. Bipolar. It is unipolar, it is bipolar. And here, if it has got more than one dendrites, then it can be called as multipolar, because it has got many dendrites, more than one dendrites and one axon. This is axon. This is cyton, cell body cyton. And these are dendrites. So on the number of dendrites ledu, dendrites only one, dendrites more than one. Dendrites. One dendrite, and here more than one dendrite. Unipolar, bipolar and multipolar. The unipolar, they don't work actually. They are present only in the embryos. Embryonic stages. Or I can say they are present in the developmental stages. Developmental stages. Before birth. After birth, they are of no use because they are not taking the signal from anywhere to anywhere. Bipolar are existing in our body. Bipolars are found in one of the layers of retina. So at retina or in retina of eyes. In the retina of eye, the retina is many layered, 3 primary layers, and one of the layer is a layer of bipolar neurons. This is present in the cerebrum. The most common neuron in the body. The most common type in the body. The most common type out of the 3, this is the multipolar. The 3 type of neurons on the basis of number of dendrites. In the first one, dendrite 0. In the first one, dendrites are 0. In the second one, dendrites are 1. In the third one, dendrites are more than 1. The first one, dendrites are 0. Second one, 1 dendrite. Third one, more than 1 dendrites. Please learn this. Please learn. Because this is an area of very important questions. As you are going to get multiple choice questions, very easily multiple choice questions can be given. And also a match the column type of question can also be given, where in one column the type of neurons and the other column the number of dendrites. The third column can be the location. The first column is the type, the second column number of dendrites, and the third column is the location. You should know The match on this slide, match the column type of question are going to come. Tomorrow, the class will be mainly of the diagrams. And in the diagrams only, I will be adding up few things. I came to know that you people do not have any text, because the latest NCERT books, they do not have animal tissues in one place. Tissues are given, but it is scattered, some muscular tissue in the movement and locomotion, like that. Epithelial tissue in all the chapters of physiology, it is given. So what I can suggest you, or I can help you, as you all are at the online right now, a single click of my mouse can send you the NCERT textbook of this matter. Okay, so because there are a lot of literature available in the market, lot of literature is in other books also, lot of guidebooks are there, but your NCERT books, because class is complete, it is acetylcholine neurotransmitter. In our school said it is. Okay, very good, I'll come to that. Yeah. So what I said, yeah, I'll be sending you the NCERT of the old NCERT book, where animal tissues are given at one place. And diagram also I am sharing with you. Diagram I will also show in the next class. In today's class, today I will be sending you the NCERT of animal tissues. Why only NCERT? Because NCERT is something which is given in a very concise manner, the manner in which we are supposed to know. Other books can have lot of matter, and there is no limit to that. The good thing is how to limit the content. That is the art, rather than content. There is no limit to the content, beta. Okay, that I am sharing with you. Now, as one person said, acetylcholine is a neurotransmitter, as our teacher said. And really, your teacher has said it correctly. Acetylcholine is a very common neurotransmitter in the body. Very good. Let me tell you, but there are many other neurotransmitters. Acetylcholine, epinephrine, norepinephrine, dopamine, serotonin. The most common of them is acetylcholine, and you have written the correct spelling also, acetylcholine. But epinephrine, norepinephrine, mainly norepinephrine. Dopamine in the brain, dopamine is working. Serotonin in the brain, serotonin is working. GABA, gamma aminobutyric acid, GABA in the brain, GABA is acting. Glycine, an amino acid working like a neurotransmitter. Serotonin, I told you. So there are other neurotransmitters also. Now, don't worry, we are not teaching you these neurotransmitters, but after few years, when you join your medicine, your medical sciences, in the very first year, you will be told about all these neurotransmitters in detail. And that time, you have to memorize the neurotransmitters. Well, bachcho, that is all from this class. Today's class, I think you have understood. Today we have also gone a little higher, okay, where A friend, E friend, but remember the trick, the same, which will never let it forget in the mind. And type of neurons, that one type is A friend, E friend. The other type is unipolar, multipolar, bipolar. Unipolar, bipolar, multipolar. And you know the retina, they may ask you which is present in the retina, which is not present in a living body, like after birth, which is not present. The first one is not present after birth. And which is the most common one? The multipolar is the most common one. With this, the class is over, bachcho. God bless you all. I'll share this QR code with you. Scan it, bachcho, scan it. Bye-bye. Thank you for being there. Thank you that you are showing interest in learning. Today, not only the teaching, but the learning is also appreciable. You people are sitting for long classes. Usually I take 1 hour, 15 minutes class. It is very difficult for me to wind up the things in one classes. Normally, we have a class of 1 hour, 30 minutes. So I try to wind up in 1 hour, but then it happened to be 1 hour, 15 minutes. And I can see that majority of the students are sitting and listening, learning. This is really appreciable. It is a good sign. And once again, happy Sri Ram Navami to everyone. Everyone. Lot of blessings, lot of blessings. Bye bye.